What's going on, everybody? Once again, welcome back to another episode of the Topher and Tyler
No, you got it
podcast.
right. It was the Tyler and Topher podcast.
Look, man. Woo. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everybody listen up, I got some really good news. It's time that Topher and Tyler come and bring you the views on current politics. A lot of it's corrupted and skewed, but they're about to break it down to information you can use. Started on TikTok, then they hit the gram. The guidelines flip-flop, caught up in the sham. Sister and conservatives, it's all a big scam. Now they got their own podcast and kick it with the fam.
Yo,
Look,
if I could keep it 100, you messed up the intro.
Whoa.
If I could keep it 100, bro, you messed up the intro.
What did I do?
You messed up the intro, bro.
Oh, whatever, bro.
You killed us. You ruined it all, bro. No, that's all
Man,
good,
look. I just want to say you cut me off like that again, man. I'm coming like ISIS after you, bro. That's all I got.
You coming like ISIS after me? Didn't they get squashed by us? Isn't that what happened?
Look. See, they're guerrilla faction, so you don't know where they're at, man. You know?
That's funny, man. So welcome everybody again to another podcast, another TNT podcast. I'm definitely happy to be here. How you been, Toph? I ain't talked to you in a couple days, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. What happened? Thanksgiving last week, right? So that's why we didn't have our episode last week. You know, of course, your boy ate good. You know, I'm always blessed to do that, man. So
did you cook? Did you cook?
I did make banana pudding. I will say that I did make banana pudding.
Okay, at least you made something, man. At least you made something.
I contributed, man. I didn't just indulge without adding to it, man. But it was nice, man. You know, family came down. My sister and her family and her children came down. My other sister stayed home, but we'll check them out at a later time. I think it was just a spike in coronavirus in our area, and we all had different ideals of how to handle that. So
sure.
We did a FaceTime. We did a virtual Thanksgiving. So that was
man,
cool.
Technology, bro. That's how you have Thanksgiving these days, man, through FaceTime. That's wild.
I know, it's crazy. Man. What about you, man?
I just kicked it, man. I just moved over here to this new place, so I don't really know it. I got no honeys over here. I got no family over here except my dog. So I kind of just kicked it, man. It was all good though. You know what's worse that sucks over here though? Like, and this doesn't even have anything to do with Thanksgiving. I just have to speak my piece on it. We got no Wawa, bro. They replaced Wawa with Sheets. Do you know what that is? You don't know what Wawa or Sheets is?
I don't know what Wawa is.
Do you know what Sheets is?
What are we talking about?
You don't. No, you don't. You don't. Okay, so you don't have nothing where you live. Basically, you live in a place that is dead man zone. I'd never want to live there. So you got to have Wawa, bro. Wawa or Sheets, preferably Wawa. It's basically like the best convenience store, gas station ever that's got like the best food, the best smoothies, the best breakfast sandwiches. It's lit, bro.
Cool, bro. Yeah, I'm in Mississippi, bro. We're in Philadelphia. Ain't much going on. Matter of fact, we just got a Jax. So we're excited about that, bro. Yeah, ain't too much. You know, it's cool. I like the slow life, but when I come over to Florida with you, man, you have to take me to Wawa.
Hey, yeah. Oh yeah, we go down. Oh, bro, I'm gonna take for anybody who is listening to this down there in do you know about Publix? Do you got Publix in Tennessee?
Oh, yes, we have Publix.
Okay, at least you got. I was about to say I'm about to introduce you to Publix, baby.
Their cakes be popping, bro.
Facts, man. But anyway, all right, bet. So let's get into this, man. What we got for today, bro?
I think first coming up is a video by my boy Flint Wolf. He made a video pretty much just roll the tape.
Very, very controversial video. Let's roll it.
I told you how to vote and how to think because you're too stupid to do it on your own, not because you're Mexican. If you support Donald Trump, sorry, but you're too stupid to do much of anything on your own, aren't you? And I don't know why you people think that Republican is a race, but neither Republican nor Mexican is a race. And you are both equally capable of being shitty people. Exhibit A, all of the comments on this video that I replied to that have received almost no likes. Because Republicans are racist. Republicans are Nazis. If you are a black, brown, Latino, Hispanic, whatever Republican, you are enabling Nazis. That's it. You're enabling Nazis, so you are Nazis. You will be crushed under the machine when it comes for the Nazis. That's how it works. Splat. Splat. Pop. Splat.
All right, so that's wild. We got Flint here, man. Let me go ahead and unmute him. Flint can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. All right, well, you got to unmute yourself.
I got it. How you doing, Tyler? How you doing, Topher?
I'm good, man. We just definitely want to dive into this this very controversial video that you released, man. So what's going on with that?
Well, I think the way I talk, I'm 30 years old. I might not look like it. I've been around white supremacists for my entire life, predominantly Republican. I'm sure there are a couple in the Democratic Party, but my family has been vehemently racist their entire lives. Pretty much half of my county, I used to mow grass. Some guy came out of their house, started yelling, faggot at me. I've had death threats sent to me, like I'm gay, on Grindr. People have called me the N-word, which, to me it was weird, but then I'm like, okay, whatever. People have called me an Arab Jew. People on TikTok, before I started making such inflammatory trolling videos, people would send me death threats just for nothing. And it's all of the death threats have been from the right wing. I think I've received one from the left wing who, they harass me a lot too. I made this video, because in the gay community on dating profiles, there'll be people who are like, no blacks, no femmes, no Asians or whatever. And why do you guys got to say that? So I make a video and I'm like, I like Asian guys. And it's like a joke video where, the Asian peoples on TikTok were doing where their face goes in the ripple effect and everybody's laughing and stuff. I was like, anytime I see an Asian guy, it's like, ugh. And everybody for the first 3 days or something that video was up was because of the hashtags I used, the metrics were all positive. But then 3 days into it, a liberal duetted me, and then I got hundreds and hundreds of comments of hate mail from the left wing saying that I was being racist for fetishizing Asian and black men. And when I do the same thing, I'm like, I like chubby guys too. And I mean, my husband's white and I do OnlyFans. I've been on Pornhub for goddamn,
sorry.
3. All right, man. I've been on Pornhub for 3 years. I was the number 2 model for a month because I was just trying to work my way up to number 1 just to see if I could do it. And then I got number 2 and I geo-blocked my entire profile because I'm like, y'all seeing my ass for free. Not happening for a little while.
Right.
Definitely got to pay to see these butt cheeks. But yeah, man, just to dive into it, it's a lot. So pretty much you started off saying that you saw all the hate from the right and you grew up and your family is very racist, right? And then everybody else. And then you ended with that you got a lot of hate from the left after you made a joke. So are you saying that there's, you get more hate because of what you say, or you get more hate simply because of who you are from the right side versus the left side?
I think after what I experienced, in the amount is probably the same. There's probably just as much, systemic homophobia, systemic racism within the left that there's the right. But when it comes to the left, a lot of times people are willing to acknowledge it. And on the right, for example, last Christmas, my mother was wearing last Thanksgiving, my mother wore a Confederate flag t-shirt. And on Christmas, she was planning on wearing it, and my sister had her African-American friend come over. And my mom didn't know. He just kind of randomly showed up, and my mom turns to me, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't wear that shirt. And it's like, well, Mom, why would you have worn that shirt in the first place? You know what it stands for.
Okay, let me go ahead and dive into this, man. I just want to get cracking on your clip here. So for one, you're talking about how so one thing, it sounds like you're taking your own anecdotal experiences and then you're applying them to everyone else. That's what I got, because everything that you said was just, well, this is what happened to me and me and me and me. I mean, you're not backing this shit up with facts or with actual data or statistics. You're just saying, oh, well, this happened to me, so I'm going to project this shit to everything else. Then you were talking about you were like, oh well, this systemic homophobia, and I'm getting these homophobic. What other kind of reaction do you think that you're gonna get from people when you are straight up when you are generalizing everyone, which apparently you don't like to be generalized, right? You are generalizing an entire group of people, your entire Republicans, and saying, oh well, Republicans are Nazis and Republicans are this. What kind of actual reaction do you think that you're gonna get? In my opinion, that shit was well deserved, right? Or not well deserved. That's a bad way to put it. It would be expected, is what more so that I would say. So like, I mean, if you're going to say those types of things and generalize a group of people, then those types of people are either going to double down on what they think, or they're going to stereotype you, even knowing that you might not be what they're saying that you are, but they're trying to get that same reaction out of you that you are clearly trying to do for them.
Sure, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm here to vent my frustrations, to have fun, make a little bit of money, and spread,
hate,
information about not only my life, but the Republicans in general, the way that I see them. So you see how they attack socialists? I don't know if you've been to my page, but my last video is a famous poem that goes, first they came for the socialists, then they came for the unionists, then they came for the Jews, then they came for me, and there was no one left to stand up for me.
Okay, so how are Republicans Nazis?
They just kind of, from the top down, in my hometown, which is about 95% white and 75% Republican, I've seen them throughout my entire life. And you can say that's anecdotal evidence.
Yeah.
But when you look at Fox News and they're constantly attacking socialists, they're constantly attacking unionists. In Mein Kampf, Hitler wrote that the socialist Jews are ruining this country. So I can totally understand the criticisms for socialism, but the right wing is taking out of the Nazi playbook. And they say the left wing is like communists. Well, communists fought against the Nazis. And the right wing is a lot of the times convinced that the Nazis were communists when it was completely flipped.
What does that have to do with anything? So like, I'm sitting here. So hold on. So like, you're saying because Republicans attack socialism, which they don't agree with socialism, so of course they are going to attack socialism, but they're not attacking these people like in the streets like this. I mean, unless you have some data to back that shit up. But like, you're just saying because they have an ideological difference that they are symbolic or actually the same as Nazis. That's not the same thing.
But Republicans are socialists. Government in and of itself is a socialist institution. How can you say Republicans aren't socialists? Eisenhower built.
First of all, I didn't say anything about socialists. I just said that they are. They whether you believe them to be socialists or not, it doesn't really matter. That has nothing to do with my point. My point is that you made the assertion that, okay, well, they are attacking socialists, and because of that, they're Nazis. I'm saying that they have an ideological difference that does not equate to being a Nazi.
It's not an ideological difference. It's like an obsessive compulsive cognitive dissonance that the right wing has, where
so what? Let's say that that's true. Who cares? That does not equate to 6 million genocide. Well, you're comparing us to Nazis, right? Not even us. I'm not a Republican, but like Topher. So you're comparing like Topher to Nazis. Like, how exactly is that the same as being a Nazi?
You're free to do the math on $35,000 people a year, according to statistics that I've viewed, die every year in the United States due to lack of health insurance, which I don't think that happens in the United Kingdom, pretty much anywhere in the European Union.
But what does that have to do with Republicans?
Yeah.
Well, the government controls the healthcare system,
which is made up of more than just Republicans.
Yeah.
So why?
Okay. Let's just do this. So all right. So you're talking about actions, right? Because right now you're just talking about ideological differences. So actions. What is more of an action a Nazi would take?
Well,
would it be something like AOC calling out and highlighting everyone who donated over $500 to the Trump campaign and posting their addresses publicly in a nice landing page so it's easy for people to find and harass these people? Would that be more something a Nazi would do or not?
That's really messed up if she did that.
No, that's a real thing. Like I'm saying, that's
I will take your word for this. I will take your word for this, but that doesn't necessarily seem like Nazi behavior. Nazi behavior to me would be someone who reads Mein Kampf and then goes after socialist Jews. So from my perspective,
so wouldn't it be just Jews in general? Like they didn't discriminate. It wasn't like, oh, you're a socialist or a communist Jew, so we're gonna leave you alone. No, it was like, no, you're a Jew. We are murdering you. So
the Nazis were pro-gay before they were anti-gay. The gays supported Nazis until they turned against them. So you can be a minority and still either inadvertently support oppression or willingly. You know, in my profession, I have a lot of twisted people who come to me, and like one of the first comments I got was, "Are you
what profession? What are you talking about?"
Pornography.
You don't say.
Yeah. One of the first things I got was, this isn't related, but just to show how twisted people can be on an individual level. Like, what are your thoughts on vomit kink? I apologize if that, gets you. And then there are a lot of people who want to be racially shamed, who want to be, deminimized like that. And I've just always been like, I'll do it a little bit, but I'm never going to attack someone specifically for their race. And when I said that you are too stupid to vote by yourself, I'm too stupid to vote by myself. Right now, I'm taking in all of the information that you're giving me. I hope that, you can say the same if, anything I say is even worth it. But without perspectives of people of color, and if people of color don't have the white perspective, my perspective growing up, how I see the Republican Party, how other white people, I'm not the only person in the world. We will never be able to either come together as a nation or even make an educated guess as to who we should vote for. My first vote was cast for John McCain. My second vote was cast for Gary Johnson. I didn't vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, and I voted for Joe Biden. My vote has been an evolution from what my parents taught me. I was a Republican, I guess, growing up, John McCain, and then a rebellious libertarian, and then an independent who refused to vote. And now I support, I'm not a loyalist to the leftists, but the way that I see throughout the intricacies of geopolitical, dynamics and the future of our country, Hillary Clinton would have been a disaster. She was just
okay. Real quick,
Yeah.
Because you're going to get into that. We want to kind of wrap this up real quick, but I want to ask you two questions. Okay, so one thing: do you believe that the Nazis were fascists?
No, of course.
Okay, so when you say, like in your video, that you're too stupid to vote, or too stupid to even acknowledge your vote or talk about your vote or whatever, so you are going to do it for them, you're really just suppressing their voice. Would you not say that would be closer to Nazism or fascism?
Absolutely not. My opinion is my opinion. I'm allowed to express whether or not I think that something
but you said
stupid.
That you're speaking for other people because they're too stupid to make the decision on themselves, that you have to go ahead and speak for them.
I was trolling because what I said in that video wasn't actually what happened in the video that I responded to it for. I said, are you Mexican, Latino, and Hispanic voters, Trump supporters, stupid? I said, are you? And I'm not trying to say, vote for this, vote for the Democrats. I don't like the Democrats. I don't think anybody does. But if you allow, your vote to go to someone who is spreading things that are linked to Nazi propaganda, it's dangerous. And for the record, the first
But see, that's just your opinion. That's just your opinion. Like,
of course,
you know what I'm saying. So like, you're making this just like false. It's almost like a false dichotomy. You're saying, well, if you do this, then you are a Nazi. It's like, well, that's not true. You know what I mean? That's definitely not what we
totally
believe.
agree. I'm trolling people for attention.
I got what you're saying. So let me just wrap this up by saying this. Do you not think that the way that you are handling things, and I don't claim to be the best person when it comes to handling political situations, but don't you think that the way that you're going about it by overgeneralizing and even calling certain people Nazis just for things that you just don't believe in, don't you think that that is creating more of a societal divide?
Not necessarily, because when it comes to things like socialism isn't an ideology. Socialism is a tool. Socialism simply means government, you know?
Yeah, government does stuff, right?
Yes, government does stuff. So
that's socialism. Yeah, sure.
Republicans are socialists. You can be a national socialist. You can be
socialism isn't government does stuff, but that's okay. If Benjamin Politics was on here right now, this shit would go a whole different way, bro. He would rip this thing apart. He would not like this. But
yeah, he wouldn't be able to tolerate it. But look, man,
there's a Google definition that you can view.
Well, socialism is when the means of production and everything, and is owned by the people.
Not government does stuff. but hey, I definitely want to say, and Topher can say his thing. But no matter if I disagree with you, I think that it definitely it showed something that you were willing to come on here, man, just to back up what you have to say. Even though I 100% 180 disagree with you, I definitely appreciate you coming on here just to kind of speak your piece on the topic. I think that takes courage, no matter who's on which side, man. So I appreciate that.
Of course, guys, I appreciate it. I'd smoke a bowl with you guys any day.
Take it easy, man. Bro. Hey, have fun and much success with the professional career you have, man.
Yeah. All right. So,
hey, man. So yeah, that was Flint Wolf. Once again, go check out the video. We
not the Pornhub video.
No, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know his name.
Not that video.
I have no idea. But yeah, so let's get into what's the next one, man?
Let's go.
Spent 20 minutes on that.
I know. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. Let's see what else we got. All right, so we're just gonna hop into it, guys. All right, let's do.
Actually, I'm gender fluid. Oh, okay. Wait, what does gender fluid mean again? Gender fluid means my gender changes depending on the day or week, or even depending on the hour. It also means the pronouns I'm comfortable with can change too. Oh, so how do I know what pronouns to use for you and other gender fluid people? We all express them differently, but personally I express them through color-coded bracelets. Pink means she, her, yellow means they, them, and blue means he, him. And if I'm comfortable with more than one pronoun, I will combine them. Oh, okay, so today's she, they day? You got it. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
If you don't get the fuck out of here with them damn color-coded bracelet shits, bro, I swear to God, this shit is getting way out of hand, bro. I thought when I saw this that she was joking, right? I thought she was totally joking until I saw her comments were off, and I saw the rest of her content, and I was like, she is not joking. She is for real.
Yeah. First of all, she lost me with it could be any day of the hour, day, week. I could just change my gender. It's like, how am I supposed to, even if I'm like, a advocate or ally for you, how am I supposed to correctly address you if you're changing more than the TV channel when I'm at home? It's just like, she's just out here just like,
bro, she said by the hour, bro. By the hour, bro.
she can go from being a they, a she, or a he. And then she was like, well, sometimes I could be a mixture of both. I could be a they and a she. I'm like, doesn't she include they? Like, I'm confused with your nouns and your gender pronouns. I'm confused right now.
I don't think that she has a gender issue. I think that she's probably like schizophrenic or something. Like, she just has like completely different personalities. I think that that's probably like something that's going on there. There's no look, even if, and kind of like what you said, man, even if I would get down with this whole, you can identify as something else, whatever thing. Okay, cool, whatever. But I would argue I would argue that even people that are in that crowd, that LGBT crowd, I would argue that they probably wouldn't even like this video. They would probably think that she is like casting such a bad light, because if you're fighting for this whole gender thing, like, okay, but we like, there was kind of trolling going on in the beginning. It's like, oh, well, you can change it every hour. And then like they were like, no, that's not how it works. But she's legitimately saying she could change it every hour, every day, every week, whatever it is. And we have to fucking know by her color-coded bracelets.
I don't know, man. I at that point, your name is Thing. Okay, you get no name, you get nothing else. You are a thing. Today, you are a thing, and forever be thing. That way, I can never get it wrong, man. That's my thing. Is when they have this type of mentality, they also have a high amount of expectation for the people that are interacting with them too. I'm like, how do you have some type of realistic expectation that anyone can keep up with this? I guarantee you, your own parents gonna be like, nah, we ain't doing this. This is ridiculous. You need to pick one and work a shift or something. Like, y'all need, you need to do a 9 to 5 and then like a 5 to something.
But bro, how do you even implement this? Like let's say that we took this at face value, like, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna adopt this, and this is gonna be a societal norm. Okay, right. How do you even do that? So say that, okay, so you're in school, you're in high school or whatever, and you're going after. Let's say that you're on the track team or whatever, and or let's fuck the track team. Let's just say you're going after some kind of academic scholarship that is specific to either women or men or whatever, right? You could just flip-flop back and forth to try and get this so-called scholarship and take it from other people, right? Yeah. You can flip-flop back. How does that work if you're in the military? Like, if you're in the military, then okay, well, you know what? I came in as this, and now I'm something else. So now I guess I don't have to do certain duties, or I have to maybe meet a different requirement when it comes to like boot camp. So like, if you were like a man that is now identifying as a woman now in boot camp, does that mean that you have to meet like the woman standards for boot camp, or like how does that work? You know what I mean? I just don't know how this would work on like a societal level.
It doesn't, man. And them trying to make that happen for a small minority of people, I'm talking less than 1 million folks that think like this, is the issue. Like we're taking that and projecting that to the bigger majority, and it's not going to work. Instead, we need to tell these people, you got to pick one. Put on your grown-up pants, you know what I'm saying, and pick one. I'm sorry. Like, you know how you go to the store with your kid and it's like, no, we can't afford both. All of this is not going to work at home. You got to pick one to take with you, which one is going to be. And that's what we got to do. And that's what they do in the military right now. So they don't allow you to transition right now. But if you transition before you come in, you're good, because you need to stick to one, because a lot is built around that, right? So for instance, if you say we have a quota or something for this, and then we have a certain amount of money set for that, and then all of a sudden you become a male after being a female for a long time, or a male becoming a female, then that's going to mess up a lot of the logistics and things going on, and we got to make room for that. So all we're trying to say is you can be that, but you need to pick one to be practical with. Now, if you on your own spare time and you're around with your friends and you want to do all kind of craziness, by all means do that. But trying to put that into realistic terms,
don't try and expect that shit from us, man. Like if you trying to expect us to have you identify as another gender, okay, maybe. But going as far, I mean, this, I swore this was satire. Like, going as far as saying that you have color-coded bracelets and it switches up just whenever you feel the mood, like that's so irrational, bro. That's so crazy. I don't even know what else to say. I just want to jump into the next clip because I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Hey, black person, do you ever find yourself doing weird, stupid shit? Like when you're scrolling on TikTok and you come across a white person who is clearly appropriating your black ass culture. Then you get in the comments and say things like, I'm black and I'm not offended. You, my good friend, are coon. I would say it's okay, but it's fucking not. Come to the CCC, aka the Coon Conversion Camp. Here we will teach you to appreciate your blackness and hold it close to your heart. We will teach you that it is okay to gatekeep culture, because that is the fucking point. We will teach you how to stop shucking and jiving for the white man and instead slap the shit out of his ass. We will teach you how to stop letting Caucasians disrespect you with a smile. Come on down to the CCC, where coons can be reformed.
She's a fucking racist, bro.
bro,
She
straight up racist
she is a racist, bro.
against black people. To be clear, folks,
Facts,
not
yeah.
white people,
Right.
against black people.
Right. Well, well, yeah. I mean, she's definitely racist against us,
Right.
and like I don't know. I mean, she's talking about slapping the hell out of white people, so I don't know what that's about. But
Probably
bro,
racist.
like, what is this? She's like, it's okay to gatekeep culture. I'm like, hold on. Let me know if you feel the same, because this is how I feel about cultural appropriation. So to me, cultural appropriation, I think it's more positive than negative. I think it's a good thing. Like if I see, all it is just adopting someone else's culture. So like if I have a wife, right, and let's say that we I don't know, let's say that we spend a couple weeks in, like, let's say India or something, and my wife really likes the, I don't know, the type of dress and attire that they have over there, because she finds it to be like really beautiful, and she likes that style of clothing, and then she adopts that because she thinks it's beautiful, and she wants to rock that shit because, again, it is beautiful to her. How exactly is that wrong? Like, that should be a good thing. We should be immersed in other people's cultures, not gatekeeping. I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, so I guess there's a difference. They define it as cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. And so the appreciation is when you take something and you actually use it in the terms or in the way it was meant to. So sometimes people buy a lot of different cloths they see overseas in African countries, but some of it is for when you're mourning or doing something super sad. But people over here would take that cloth, not knowing the history behind it, and come over here and wear it to parties or in celebrations, which then people think that's cultural appropriation because you're not using it in the fashion for which it was created. Now, I also think that's pretty dumb too, because hip hop is literally based on appropriating other genres and making music. Like, that's how we started. Like, hip hop has never created anything. It's always been a partaker in many genres, whether it was jazz, whether it was blues, whether it was country. We've always done that. So,
but let's even argue. Let's even argue for a second that it wasn't. Let's say that. Well, I still do believe that hip hop is pretty much black culture. But let's just argue that they created it. Black people created 100%. Didn't come from anything else. Okay. So what they would be saying is that white people contributing or white people listening to it is cultural appropriate. Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, if it wasn't for white people, black people wouldn't be fucking millionaires from hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. they estimate that anywhere between, I think it's like 60 to 75% of all hip hop is purchased by white people, not by black people. So you might have these black people. If you say, okay, well, white people can't listen to this shit because you're appropriating our culture or whatever. Okay, so then if you do that, then these black people that are trying to make it out the hood, shit, they might make it up to middle class. You know what I mean? But they ain't making it to my fucking upper class. You know what I'm saying? Because they need the white people to lift them there. You know what I mean? Well, so, like, how does this work?
So I think that's what the point is too, is who controls the money in it at the end of the day. So if for instance, a white person, Eminem, gets into hip hop and he's making all this money off of hip hop and he does nothing to give back to the black culture or anybody else, then that would be cultural appropriation, because he's taking something knowing that I guess he's in the majority race, right? That he can take and profit off of and take out of the mouths of other people.
I feel like that's dumb, bro. I feel like that's dumb.
So once again, I don't agree with that idea, because this is why I tell people all the time. It's like, one of the biggest person they say culturally appropriated something was Charli D'Amelio, right? When she took the renegade dance, the renegade dance, right? They were saying
I didn't even know about that.
So that what made her famous, and everyone.
Oh, really? Like, I didn't know.
Yeah, so everyone was like, they never gave credit to the black young girl who created the dance. So since she was white and part of the majority, it was cultural appropriation, because not only did she not give credit, but she also profited, like, at this point, I would say millions off of that joint, right?
So hold on. So it's only cultural appropriation if you're part of the majority, but so if the other race does it and they're the minority, then it's not cultural appropriation?
Yep.
This shit is so prejudiced, bro. People just want to find any reason to be racist against white people, bro. That is what it is. They just want to find any reason to be racist against white people.
Assimilation. So that would be cultural assimilation, not appropriation.
Oh, kind of like reverse racism or something. Or no, it's not racism if you're against white people, which, we got a clip on that too. So it's not racism if it's against white people, because they can't face racism. These people just want to find any reason that they can to be prejudiced against white people, bro. That is what it is.
The video I made about it was, what is black culture? Like I said, I could take couple random black people, and I guarantee you they all give me different answers. So we don't even know what is considered black culture. So how do you go about policing other black people and telling them they're coons simply because they don't believe what you believe to be black culture? I said anything anyone's making in America right now is American culture. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, why do we praise ourselves for being a melting pot, and then we go back and say, "Oh no, that's the
only certain people can do that."
It's like, nah, you can't do that.
Dude, that just promotes more societal divide, bro. That just promotes more society. Dude, I've seen people on there real quick, and we're going to wrap this up. I've seen people like get on here, black women get on TikTok and bitch about white women wearing braids because it's cultural appropriation. Like, braids actually mean something to all. It may mean something to some people, but there is no way you're going to convince me that that every black woman that's doing braids is thinking about what the hell it means. They're just like, oh, I like the style of that fucking hair. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like it's so dumb. It just creates more societal divide for no reason. For absolutely no reason. I can understand, though, when you said earlier, maybe like the true meaning behind something. Okay, maybe then, if you want to go ahead and educate people and make sure that they understand what the meaning is, then okay, that's fine. But to just say that like they can't do this, like we don't rock that. I don't rock with that shit.
Yeah, I think it's done, man. But yeah, man, let's go ahead. Man, we getting windy tonight.
Oh, this I made a video on this one. Let's go ahead and play this one.
All straight men are attracted to trans women because we're women. I don't suddenly become ugly once you find out. Realistically, that is impossible. Your attraction to me will always be there because it was there to begin with. Now, would you date or hook up with me after finding out? Depends on the person. Personally, I've never met a guy who wasn't about it. Finding out I'm trans only changes your intentions with me, not your attraction. Have fun in the comments.
I call bullshit on that. What do you think, Topher?
Man, of course it's BS, bro. Like, just because you're attracted to something, and we know why we're attracted to it. It's like he, whatever. It's like the person doesn't know that the only reason why straight men are attracted to you is because we perceive you as a woman, and it's already the stereotype is if you are a woman, then you have the package that we want, which is the pussy, right? That's what we want.
My goodness, Topher, this is a child friendly show, man.
I guess I could have said vagina, but that's whack. Anyway, but that's what we want, and that's when we see you and we believe that's why we are attracted to you. We're not attracted to you because simply you look like a woman. It's all the other things on the inside that comes with it. It's like, yeah, I can have kids by you, so that's why I'm attracted to you. I can do this with you. I can do that. No, we cannot separate that from what she's trying to do, and I think it's crazy when people say that. It's ridiculous, bro. What you think?
I'm thinking that if I take what I believe to be a chick back to like a hotel or my crib or her crib or whatever, and then I start sliding the pants off and all of that, and then there's a big ass dick in my face, bro. I swear to God, bro, I'm not saying that I would commit violence. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're not going to want to be around me at that point. You're not going to want to be around me at that point. It's not going to be good for me. It's not going to be good for anybody else that's around, bro. So like it's so what her see, that's what it is. Her, whatever, right? So here's the thing. That person looks, I will go out there and say, if I didn't know that, if they didn't say that they were trans, I would assume that was a woman, right? And this is another thing, and I talked about this on previous solo cast, that's why I think the danger is, man. I feel like it's getting the way that we can have plastic surgery now to where you can you can very closely mimic what we believe to be more stereotypically female, and it confuses people, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, and I'm not saying that like gay or straight is better. I'm just saying they are different. And this whole thing is really just to manipulate, whether, I'm not saying it's conscious, it could just be subconscious, but it's really just to manipulate straight men into thinking that doing dudes is not gay. If you're a dude that does dudes, you're gay. I'm not saying gay is wrong. I'm just saying call it what it is. Stop trying to make it seem like it's straight. Like, just admit that you're fucking gay. You know what I mean? So like, that's what it is. So, and another thing that that the trans person didn't understand is that they're saying, oh, well, once you find out that I'm trans, that doesn't eliminate your attraction. That 100% eliminates the attraction. For me, for me, I'd be like, oh, okay, bet, what's up? I'd be like, what's that dude's name that got banned a bunch of times for the facial expressions?
Oh, yeah, I forget his name.
Donalege or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
bro, that's where I would straight up be like, you know
look,
what I'm saying, bro?
This is why I hate the whole gender is not, conflated with the sexuality, what I'm trying to sex. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is the issue. When they say something like that, then it's like, wait a minute. That's the issue we have here. You're saying it's not connected, but then you make it connected. And also I hate is when they say we don't have to reveal that to no one, it's not up to us because we face hate if we do. I'm like, yeah, because you are deceiving someone. Imagine if, let's for instance, I'm a man and I'm out here balling, I'm on flashing my money, I'm doing all these things, and the girl's like, oh man, this guy look like he got it well together, he got stability. And then she found out the next day after we done our thing, my live stream is just got banned permanently. By the way, on TikTok we can't talk
permanently.
Yeah,
permanent. I'm about to end my live. I'm ending my live. It says permanent ban.
It just said ban. Let me see.
It don't say permanently, bro.
I don't know. We'll see.
I've been permanently banned, and they gave it back to me in a month.
I
can tell you how to go about it if they permanently banned you.
Nah, I said
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good.
TikTok be tripping, bro. Anyway, this is why we had to take it to YouTube, y'all. But what I was saying was same thing that if a woman found out that was part of her attraction was that the belief that the money showed that there was something in the back like stability, a job, income, but she got bamboozled, and then you wake up the next day and realize, oh, this was just all it was a rental, it was this, then she would be upset. There's nothing like, it'd be different if you was honest, right? You were honest, and then they accepted it. Maybe they didn't, but they grudgingly accepted it, but then at the end of the day they was like, oh man, this ain't that bad. But when you just completely being false and you're lying about who you are and your persona and everything else, man,
most people now here's like an argument that people typically say on the left. They'll say, oh, well, it's no different that if a woman has like a boob job, then they're deceiving you. That's 1,000% different, bro, because that doesn't actually change anything. You know what I mean? If you got a penis, that changes things. That changes things. That 100% changes things, bro.
It's like saying I upgraded my tires from 18-inch rims to 24-inch rims. Yeah, that's a boob job. But when you're talking about,
do you remember Next Friday? Do you remember? You remember Next Friday, bro? Remember when Day Day was showing him the car, bro? And he's like, "Hey, what you think about them 20s on there?" He's like, "I mean, they 10s, but they clean though." They 10s, yeah, they 10s.
Yeah. It's like guys, yeah. If you do that, there's no issue. But you go from a Prius to a Corvette, and you expect me to not notice or say anything different. It's like I'm confused.
It's a catfish, bro. It's a catfish. That's what it is. It's a catfish. Yeah, I mean that is what it is. Let's go ahead and let's keep it moving, man.
All right, man.
All right, let's go to we can't leave without this dude, bro. This is our number one fan, bro. He used to be your number one fan, and then somehow I got lumped into it, and now I'm part of his fan club. So, all right, let's go.
Listen up, you rocket raccoons. You have spent the last 4 years voluntarily swallowing the ejaculation of white supremacy while also voluntarily vomiting on the black community at every turn. See, there's some that are going to forget that you spent your time on this app calling black women animals, tearing down black fatherhood while shitting in the black community and pandering for white approval. See, there are those you're going to run to now to come on your bullshit ass platforms and your live programs thinking that you will get in good with the black community to show how you're being inclusive and you want to move forward and make a better world. No, that's not happening. See, I'm not going to let you forget it because that's who you are. I'm not going to care who you get on your programs to co-sign that bullshit you spent the last 4 years talking about. I will not be allowing you to forget, and I will be coming at you with everything I have.
First off, what you talking about 4 years? We ain't even been on this app for a year. What are you talking about?
Bro, I literally have not been on. Well, actually, it's about to be a year.
I've been on here for 6 months.
Actually, it has been a year. I think November, like late November last year.
Oh man, well happy TikTok birthday, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Shadow ban could have been at 1 million by now, but you know how it is.
Facts, bro. Just got banned on TikTok 10 minutes ago. Bro.
Crazy, man.
But yo, first of all, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead, man.
So the Red Baron over here, man. So me and him go way back to he's just a gatekeeper. So-called, quote unquote gatekeeper that we have within the black community. And he's more of the Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey type school of thought versus my Booker T. Washington and Frederick Douglass. So he believes in this, we need to do this for black and get away from white people and do all these things. And so when I say no, I believe in equality. I think, we can still thrive even if we work alongside white people. We don't have to separate ourselves, then it becomes an issue. So this dude is just mad. And I don't know what he's talking about backing down, and I don't know who. Of course, he must be watching the podcast because I don't even know what.
Yeah, bro. I think he's talking about. You know how I had. I don't know if you saw, but on my personal YouTube, I had a podcast. I invited Young Merc Fire on. Do you know who he is?
Oh yeah.
I invited him on. We had a good conversation, man. We didn't have any. There were no animosity. We've actually been kind of cool, kind of like friends since we found out about each other. And we had a good conversation. We were talking about moving things forward and that we need to have these types of discussions, especially when we disagree, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to even try to understand one another. Otherwise, we just stay in our echo chambers and we double down on what we think and we'll never be able to change our minds. We have to have those conversations. Right. So he clearly is, he clearly saw that podcast or saw a post about it or whatever. And then he's talking about, I don't care who you get on there. You ain't moving forward. I ain't going to let you do this. I'm like, bro, hold on. So he's legitimately saying, he is admitting that he does not care about progression. He does not care about progression at all.
No, he don't want to move forward, bro. I promise you, he's a 52-year-old
color contact wearing motherfucker,
red beard wearing,
come on, bro,
felon that went to jail for fraud and identity theft.
He went to jail for fraud.
Yeah, bro, that's why he's such a fake. He's literally fake.
Man is fraud. My man is certified fraud, bro.
Dude, right, he's so fake. He went to jail for it, bro.
Look, I know I got a piercing. But piercings are cool. I ain't a 52-year-old with no color fucking contacts. And let me tell you something else. His color contacts ain't even prescription, motherfucker. He still wears glasses with them motherfucking shits, dude. He still wears glasses with them. Like, why you wear what? Oh, make your eyes look good, huh? Bro, that shit is weird, bro. He brought that thing up, and I don't want to go too far into it, but he's been trying to come after me since he thought that we said something bad about his wife or something. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't even reply to those videos because it was just total bullshit. Nobody said anything bad about his wife. And to be clear on my side, I didn't think he had a wife. If anybody would have asked me any amount of money, I would have swore he was gay. If I was on a game show and they were like, look, for all the money, $1 million is Savage. Oh, gay, yeah, 100,000%, yeah, gay. I'll put that on the line. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay. I'm just saying that's what I figured. But yeah, man, he clearly doesn't care anything about progression, which is why I think that people like him are incredibly toxic, man. I don't get it. Why would you not want progression? Why would you not want to have these conversations? Why would you not want to try and eliminate the societal divide? No matter if you disagree with someone's stance, why wouldn't you try to do that? I don't see any reason why people wouldn't do that.
Well, you got to think about this, man. They're just combing over the old embers of grievances and just hurt pain of the past and refusing to accept the future, which we have molded now through progression, right? They refuse to accept that America is not the same as it was in, 1776 or 1865 in those times. They don't want to acknowledge that, because when you acknowledge that, then it means they have to move on, and then they have to adapt to what's going on.
And they have to take some accountability too.
Right. But at the end of the day, they don't really, the reason why they don't want to move forward together is because everything to them is a white supremacy. Yeah. So the current system altogether, every law, every way, the way we set up parliament and the government and everything else going on, everything to them is part of the white supremacist institution. So that's why going forward with us is never going to be okay with them until they destroy it. Right? Seriously, they want to destroy everything, rebuild, take everything that they think we're owed first, right? Before we move forward. It's like, oh, we did all this, we missed out on this. Well, we need to redistribute this money so it's more equal, so we don't have such a big income inequality, even though a lot of the reason why we don't have what we have is because of personal choices. But of course, I digress. That's their mindset. So this guy is never going to change up. He's never going to switch up. And that's why people like him I've blocked, because I realize he needs people like me around so he can fuel and show his hatred. And that's how he has an audience. They're just built on hatred.
And that as we wrap this up, we go into the next one. I feel like that is the most, I don't know, maybe you could call it dangerous. I would just say it's just so crazy to me that, look, it's one thing if this dude is on here saying this shit. I mean, it was so crazy when he was just admitting that he's not going to let shit go and he doesn't care about progression. Like, that's so wild. And the fact that he has so many followers that are like, yeah, definitely hyping him up, saying that absolutely we ain't going to let none of this go. We don't care about progression. We don't care. Like, that is wild, bro. That's so wild. Like, to me, yeah, it's insane, man. But it is what it is, man. Like, some people are not going to change. Definitely, if you 50 something, you ain't going to change. So it is what it is, man. So let's keep it moving here.
Unless it's your eye color. But anyway, this dude is probably gonna come back and get this video, take a clip from it, and make a TikTok about it.
Oh, that's fine. He can do whatever he wants.
Trust me, I just know what's gonna happen. He'll do all that except come over here and talk about it. But like, that's
right. And to be clear, we have talked in the past and say, look, we would be cool with having a conversation. And Topher was even like, look, I'm absolutely fine with having a conversation as long as we can keep it professional, man. As long as we can keep it cordial. We're not insulting each other the whole time. Let's just have a respectful conversation. And this man legitimately got on film, was like, nah, that's not something that I can do. Like, that's insane. You 50 something, you haven't learned to have conversations with people? Like, that's wild, bro. But anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, let's go to
This video is for white people, so if you're not white, stay and spread this message. I want you to repeat after me. I'm going to say this twice and twice only, okay? If you aren't black, you can't tell us what is and what isn't racist. I'm going to say it one more time. Write it down if you have to. Repeat after me. If you are not black, you cannot tell black people what is and is not racist. Why? Alexis, but why not? Here, allow me to explain to you why not. You will never be able to experience racism. That's a simple fact. I can't tell a trans person what is and isn't transphobic or offensive. Guess what, buddy? I'm cis. I'm a cis woman. I have no business telling trans people what is and isn't transphobic. So if you're white, stop saying that something is or isn't racist, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. That was good. I'm sick and I'm tired of it. You don't know. You will never know. So shut your white ass up and go fucking clean something. God damn.
All right, so first off, I don't know if y'all heard, she was winded through that whole thing. Like, she barely had any breath. She's like, oh, okay, you shut your white ass up. Like, my girl was winded, bro. I'm saying I'm not a skinny guy. I'm a chunky ass guy, bro. But like, I'm not winded in this motherfucker. She was totally winded.
Those opinions do not reflect the TNT podcast.
Yo, my girl was winded. Not only that, but like, oh my good. I think that she just got finished eating, bro, because on her, did you see her sweatshirt? This shit had hella grease stains, bro. That shit, she had just got finished eating some crown chicken. I don't know what it was. She was totally out of breath. All right, I'm not speaking on behalf of Topher. I'm only speaking on behalf of myself.
I'm not doing this with you. But yeah, man, you're right, man. She sounded kind of winded. But I think because she knew what she was saying was bull crap. So she was like trying to get it out and she was stressing over the stuff. It's like, bro, like, what do you mean? Like, what does me being a straight male have to do with me not being able to tell a transgender person what is transphobic or not, or what does me being black have to do with knowing what's racist? Like, white people fought to end slavery because we knew it was racist, right? White people fought to pass laws because we knew it was racist to deny black people the right to vote simply because they're black. And now everything else is like, if other races never intervened with this whole racial justice movement, then we would be in the same place we were, and back in 1865, right? We wouldn't be free. So it's like, it's such a dumb statement, and a stance to take. It's like, no, anyone. There's literally definitions for racism, and I'm not talking about the Webster dictionary. I'm talking about the Merriam-Webster dictionary. I'm talking about Oxford dictionary, which includes prejudice, discrimination, and what is antagonism, based on the race. So it's like, that's what racism is. If you say anything or do anything that falls within that category, you are a racist, and you can experience racism. It's that simple.
I don't know how many times we have to break down the actual definition of racism, man. Racism has nothing to do with power. It has nothing to do with any of that oppression, none of that, right? All you have to do is believe that your race is superior to another, or believe that some race is inferior to yours. Now, if you were talking about something like systemic racism or something like that, then sure, you're going to have power for systemic racism. But we're talking about individual racism. You cannot say that black people cannot be racist, or you can't be racist against white people. Again, this just relates back to the same thing, man, is that people are trying to find any reason to be racist and prejudiced and talk shit to white people, right? If they would just admit the shit, if they would just be like, look, it is what it is, like, we don't fuck with white people, and because of that, we just gonna make up some bullshit, we just don't fuck with them. Okay, at least I respect you for it. Don't be trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And bro, the white people that get down with this shit, that are just like, oh yeah, let's do this, yeah, I'm totally gonna hate my own race because of all this stuff, yeah, white people definitely deserve all this shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like it's crazy, bro. It's so crazy. It's this white guilt mentality that I don't know.
Let me ask you this, as being mixed, Tyler. How do you reconcile with that? It's like, do you have to hate a half of yourself? It's like, do you like love yourself, and then at the end of the day you go beat yourself up? Because
yeah, I fight with myself on the daily, bro. I fight with myself. It's an internal battle on the daily, bro. Yeah, I mean, it is an internal battle every day, man. I got the black side of me saying that, no, you gotta hate the white side, and then the other white half of me is like, oh well, sometimes it's like, man, white guilt. Yeah, I guess we do gotta hate this side. So yeah, man, it's totally wild, bro. It's these people are so funny, man. And you could tell. Let me tell you something about this girl too, real quick. She turned off her comments. 1000% that you lost when you turn off them comments. You know that you lost.
I've never turned off comments.
Same.
Never. Now, TikTok removed my videos for just me saying stuff sometimes or whatever, but I've never turned off my comments unless it was something like had nothing to do with politics, and I was trying to put out something like support this organization or something like that. Comments got completely off topic, then yes, I would turn them off then.
Right.
But if it's pertaining to the subject, whatever you want to show your hate, sure. If I'm saying something stupid, by all means. But I've always tell people that whatever I say, and for the most part, I kind of really consider my words and consider what I'm about to say before I even say it. So I probably won't say nothing too out there without giving a good explanation. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I already know she lost when that happened.
No worries, man. Bro, do we got time for one final clip? One final clip?
Go ahead.
All right, bet. So this ladies and gentlemen, you may know this person on TikTok as the vegan teacher. We've never had a clip of the vegan teacher on here yet, so let's go ahead and play one from her.
Animals are modern day slaves. What's going on here? This says white meat. Why is it that we are still eating animals and treating them like property in our society? Animals deserve their freedom. They should not be enslaved, trapped, raped, kidnapped, and murdered when there are other alternatives. We need to evolve as a society. We need to have compassionate hearts. Just like any other underprivileged group, animals deserve their space and time on this planet. We need a vegan world, and we need it now.
Can I take this one, man?
No, I'm just gonna say
What?
speciesism. What the heck? Aren't we a species too? Like I don't. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yo, bro, I didn't even notice that until you said. I was like, oh, it did say fucking species. Oh man, that's funny. So all right, so let me tell you, I have met. There's this one guy on YouTube. His name is Earthling Ed. He is a vegan. He actually has legitimate arguments in favor of veganism. Like so many or so good arguments that are good enough to where I was legitimately contemplating like shit, like am I on the right side of this or whatever. The vegan teacher doesn't have any good arguments. She has no good arguments. All right, so let me tell you something very simply here. When the lion is hungry, the lion eats. When the tiger is hungry, the tiger eats. When the shark is hungry, the shark eats. It is what it is. That is the nature of that's just nature. That's the nature of the world. The dominant life form decides what is food and what is not food. Is what it is.
Yeah.
That is what it is. You know, and they'll come up and they'll say some bullshit. They'll say like, oh, well, tigers aren't, locking cows and cattle and chickens up and doing all these things. Yeah, because they're not fucking smart. You know what I mean? They don't have our intellect. Of course they're not doing that shit, you idiot. Like, if they had our intellect, you think they wouldn't be doing that shit? You think that they wouldn't want meals on demand?
bro, imagine they could have Ubers, bro. I'm talking about this.
What? and then this right out. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, yeah, man, that's what it is, man. The dominant life form decides. Now, I will say this. If you're arguing that, like, should we do it just because we do have higher intellect and we can choose not to? Maybe not. But I don't feel guilty. Like, there's no one who's going to guilt me into this shit. I know that I am the dominant life form part of the dominant. I'm not. Yeah, I swim with the sharks. Motherfucker gets eaten. But, like, I am part of the dominant species on this planet, man. Yeah. And we decide what it is. We decide what's food. We decide what's not food. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to shout out vegan teacher. If the apocalypse came and there was like a food scarcity, you would be eating first. Go ahead.
Yeah, she would definitely be eating first. And you know what? That's cool.
Matter of fact, she should sacrifice herself.
Look, man, I'm an apex predator, man. It's dumb to me. Like, just if I had to go to my Christianity, like Jesus ate fish. Like, so eating animals is completely fine. So I don't know. So it's gonna be hard for you to tell me that it's just immoral to eat fish when I believe the author of morality ate fish and he gave us food so we can eat. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But I hear sometimes they be like the argument, our teeth, or we don't have canine teeth like other animals that eat meat, so therefore we should be more herbivorish and things like that. I'm like, nah, B, I digest meat pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've seen many people talk about, vegans have less cancer. I was like, actually, they develop cancer at a higher rate than non-vegans. And I was like, it's crazy. So yes, there are benefits, right? You typically don't get cholesterol like that. You typically don't get high blood pressure and things like that. But
it's typically more expensive too. You know what I mean?
Which is fine, that's a whole nother argument. Then they'd be like, well, only reason why poor people are fat is because they can't afford to eat healthy. Like, no, it's dumb. Our studies have proven that it's really not about your money, it's about your education. Yeah.
And to be clear, I don't even care. Even if veganism was cheaper, like maybe I would partake, maybe I wouldn't. Again, I got no sympathy for these animals that I'm eating. They are my food. They are my sustenance. It is what it is. They just happen to be born as the wrong species. They happen to be born as my food, man. Is what there is not an animal on this planet that's not like toxic to me that I wouldn't eat if I had to when I was hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was somewhere and the only thing that I could eat was a fucking koala bear, then that koala bear is food. Koala bear is food at that point, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's dumb, man. I don't get caught up in that, man. It's like, dude, you're an animal, and if you could do better, you probably would. I'm not finna give you any rights because we do not hold you morally accountable for your actions. Because if an animal go out there and murder something, out in the wild, we don't go arrest it and throw it in jail. because we can't hold them accountable for that. So why must I hold myself accountable for something?
You know what, Topher? I have an idea. Social experiment. Okay. I think that the vegan teacher and all these vegans that swear that we're just equal to all these different species and that this isn't like nature and shit like that, they should go out there with the lions, with the tigers, and they should cohabitate. And I want to see what species. I want them to and remember, like, hey, you got to go out there just as you are. Go play naked. Go out there like naked and afraid, bro. You know what I mean? So go out there, and I want to see what happens. Let's see if they believe. Let's see if the lions and the tigers. Let's see if they offer the same amount of respect. I want to see how that works.
Bro, like you said earlier, they'll probably think, "Oh man, is this how it feels to have a farm full of humans?" Like,
did we get a food? Someone order delivery? Like, what's happening?
This is easy. Usually we have to go into the cities and wait for them, go on tours. But they're just out here chilling with us, y'all. Dang,
that's funny, man. That's funny. But yo, I think this was another banging podcast, man. I definitely appreciated everyone who was here. This is it, man. I feel like this is the move, bro. Like, well, Topher, you not speaking. What you talking about? Your mic off. Unless you're talking to somebody else off camera. But either way, I could talk. So anyway, I definitely appreciate everybody who was here. Hey, drop a comment right now on the live. Do you dig this format? Because I know we did change it to kind of reviewing TikTok videos and trying to bring people on. And we did try and bring these people on, but a lot of them had their comments off. We couldn't even reach out to them. So thumbs up in the comment if you dig it. Is there anything else like... Should we go back to the old format where we're just kind of discussing the news, or do you like reviewing the TikTok videos, man? Do you dig it or what? Sassy Shay says, cue the outro. We about to cue the outro. Irish Conservative, good podcast. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yo, your volume is way low, bro. Your volume is way low. Way low.
I don't even...
Yeah, you're coming back now. Yeah, Shay, yes, love y'all.
There we go.
Good mix of talking and video watching. Dope. Michelle gave us a thumbs up. That's awesome. Hey, thank you guys. Definitely appreciate it. Topher, you got anything to say, man, before I cue the outro, bro?
Nah, man, I'll just, stay alive, eat you some good meat, man, because I know I'm about to eat me some. And look, man, whatever you do at the end of the day, man, remain positive and try to move forward, bro. Like, just have the conversation, right? If you got somebody, got a video tag us in, invite them to the podcast. It's a great time. And that's it.
Take it easy, y'all.
Woo! Yes, sir. Yeah. Here we go. Everybody listen up, I got some really good news. It's time that Topher and Tyler come and bring you the views on current politics. A lot of it's corrupted and skewed, but they're about to break it down to information you can use. Started on TikTok, then they hit the gram. The guidelines flip-flop, caught up in the sham. Censoring conservatives is all a big scam. Now they got their own podcast and kick it with the fam.